Hey guys, how's it going? Nas here, and I'm awkwardly drinking coffee. Okay, I had to put the coffee down. How's it going, everybody? Again, Nas here. Today's a super crazy special episode of Nostalgic Toy Stories because today I'm gonna actually show off my small collection of my actual childhood Hot Wheels and 164 die-cast cars that I had literally physically touched them when I was pre 11 years old. So everything 11 and down. So, whatever. We'll take a look at the years under them or whatever. I'm going to tell you some stories of how I got them. Most of them came from my dad, so spoilers. But I was a kid, what are you going to do? And but yeah, I'm going to take the camera off of my face and I'm going to put it on a turntable right there. Check it. I got it all like set up and stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I just wasn't like really in a mood for it too often. And I have so many other YouTube video ideas that I always kind of get carried away and make those other videos. But that is going to be my Hot Wheels thing. I'll show you those right now. But remember, there's still going to be another one made eventually of these bad boys right here. These are my USSR, mostly USSR cars that I had like even before the Hot Wheels. So like my entire life, my dad has been getting me those when I was a wee little lad. So hopefully you guys will enjoy these. Those are going to be a whole different video. That's probably going to be a much longer video because they're so cool. They're so unique and different. And most of those castings are like from the 70s or even earlier. So they're crazy cars there. But that's not what it's about today. Today's about Hot Wheels. Let me look down there and pull out the, I don't know what these cases are called. Jammers or whatever. I think I heard someone refer to them. But anyway, let's get them and put them on a rotisserie and start this show. Let's do it. All right, so let's see. These are my jammers, as they say, full of different cars. Let's see, those are all my customs. More customs. Fast and Furious, my DeLoreans. Ah, there we go. There it is. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. Ooh. Oh my god. Alright. Let's do this. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. That's better. Alright, guys. Here we go. Let's get this going. This, what do you call it? Jammer. I have... It's full, so let's just get to it and start it off with a bang. One of my absolute favorite. It's a beautiful Ferrari Testarossa. As you can see, she's a little beat up. Let's see. This is a Matchbox. Jesus. Alright, well, hold on. So literally, I had a phone call, the light fell down, and the car fell down. So that was fun. So as you can see, this a little beat up. But that's quite alright. Alright, so this is the Testarossa. Very beautiful car. So just to let you guys know, I'm going to be saying very beautiful car, I love it or whatever a lot in this video because there's only so much you can say, really. But as you can see, anyway, Testarossa has always been my favorite car ever since I was a little kid. And I actually don't have too many Testarossa castings these days, sadly. Oh man, it's going to be a little bit difficult keeping this thing centered. but we'll see what we can do here. But anyway, so that's the Ferrari Testarossa, one of my favorites. I'm actually looking into getting some like mini GT or tarmac Testarossas in my collection. I just love the castings, man. I love the design of the actual car. Then we have this. I'm not sure what this brand is. It just says MC Toy. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But there you go. It's a little Valvoline 15 livery. It's like more of a Formula 1 type of thing. It says Bruiser on the wing, BP, and Valvoline. Most likely some kind of, I don't know, bootleg or whatever, but look at that back wheel. That's pretty fancy for like a cheap little car. Alright. Next up is another Matchbox. It's a Jeep Cherokee. Also 158, and the date says 1983 on this guy. Mr. Fixer. Home appliance repair. So like I said before, guys, my dad was the one that would always constantly bring me back diecast from his trips. He always traveled. He always went somewhere. He dealt with art. He dealt with helping out people, building housing, which was just like a side hustle. He really wasn't like a builder. He was a businessman, but yeah, he would always be gone somewhere on some kind of business trip or whatever, and I would always love to welcome him home because I'm like, what'd you get me? What'd you get me? So there was always something that he would bring, and yeah, that's why I just fell in love with little cars, man. But also remember, guys, I grew up in Ukraine, and before 1991, Ukraine was, forcefully a part of the USSR, like many countries used to be. So the only cars USSR provided were their own really shitty cars. Excuse my American language there. There's a little VW Beetle. So whenever he would bring these cars, I would be just blown away by, what they are. I didn't know what's a VW Bug or Beetle. I was like, wow, look at these different shapes and sizes and all sorts of stuff. So like, to me, it was just, every time, it was just every casting he would bring home would just blow my mind, man. So it's another reason why I love the 1/64 scale, They're just something about them. They're just the right size. Okay, this one was cool. This is a Hot Wheels. It says 1977 on the base. Look at this beauty. So Racing Team, Goodyear, Suzuki, ATV. Really cool casting, man. Yeah, again, metal base. Doesn't say like a name of the car or anything or a brand, but I would say it's like a Dodge, something Dodgy. This was one of my favorite cars, and one of my friends, we lived in a 9-story building, apartment building, and we lived on the 9th floor, and I had a friend on, he was right under me on the 9th floor. Excuse me. And he would always borrow this particular casting. I think he was in love with it equally. He would borrow it and go outside and play in the the little playground or sandbox or whatever that was meant for all the apartment buildings in the area. But that's how I played with these as well. So it still has patina. I never like cleaned these or whatever. So like all the dust on there is just stuff that's been on there since I was a kid. Little time machines. Really like this one. I really want to get a dedicated display case just for these, just for my childhood. Okay, next up is another Hot Wheels. It says 1989 on the bottom. I believe this is the 300ZX. This was also another one of my favorites. Metal base. Yeah, I loved the lines of this car. As you can see, it had an opening door feature right there. How cool is that? So yeah, all these cars I played with, guys. Like, all of these were, you know, I would take them outside, or in the house we would build like little cities and roads for Hot Wheels, and, you know, just play with these. I absolutely love this casting too. Alright, next up, it's another one of those MC toys. This is Mercedes van 307D. Marine Club livery. No idea what's going on with that. But really cool little van. But yeah, every single one of these, I would be enamored by them. Again, I'm reminding you, I was in the USSR, which everybody hated. Remember, like, at home and then in my family circles and close friends circles, we would all speak Ukrainian. But when you would go outside, you best speak Russian, because that's what was everybody was forced to speak. It was a weird time, man, and I'm actually happy that I got to live there. And experience that, because it was scary, man. Like, people weren't allowed to get married in churches because, like, that was kind of outlawed, and KGB was everywhere. Like, I was still a kid, so to me none of that was serious, but I remember, like, my parents having to be careful what they talked about, because, like, your neighbors would snitch on you. You know, like, you're not allowed to have, like, American jeans. You weren't allowed to have, like, Marlboro, or I remember my dad would smuggle vinyl records from America, like the Beatles or any kind of rock and roll. That stuff was illegal, man. So, like, my dad would have to, like, figure out ways to get it. He was really into rock and stuff like that. All right, enough of this van. This was really cool. This is a Matchbox Breakdown van, 1985. It's a awesome little tow truck. Look at that thing. Let's back up a little bit more. So yeah, I'm sharing with you guys right now, like, this is the stuff that my childhood eyes were looking at and playing with on a daily basis. I really didn't care about anything else. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did get into arcades and video games and stuff like that once it started to kind of be allowed, but all of those games were like Soviet or bootlegs, you know. Nothing was allowed from across the seas. This has a little function there. So yeah, this was one of those really cool things, because there's no way in freaking in the 80s that we would see cars like these in Ukraine or anywhere in the Soviet stupid Union. Did I mention that I hate Russia? That I hate communism? And it's 2022 and Ukraine is being invaded by Putin and his bullshit regime. Yeah, people are still dying to this day. So be careful what you guys like, and do me a favor. Don't buy gas from Luke Oil, because that's oil from Soviet Russia. You're directly sponsoring Russians and the Putin regime when you're buying Lukoil gasoline. Also, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So this is when I fell in love with Formula One. Really love this No Fear car. I actually recently bought an on-card one. I thought maybe I could use, you know, like a nice updated version of this. But to be honest with you, I ended up selling it because I really didn't care about that. The fact that I have this from my childhood, the No Fear livery, It's just such a cool design, so sleek and beautiful. But yeah, it's 1992. So this one I might have gotten when I was already in Canada. Excuse me. Alright, so since it says 1992, I most likely got this in Canada when we first left Ukraine. Ukraine became independent in 1991, and also don't forget that Chernobyl happened as well. I think I was 6 years old when that thing blew up. So during all that time, my dad was trying his best to get us, his whole family, out of Ukraine, at the time USSR, and he succeeded. In 1991, he managed to somehow get us all to leave Ukraine, and it was the perfect time because if you guys can imagine when a country separates from another country, there's so many issues. There's corruption, there's financial issues because you don't have your own currency yet. Yeah, people stealing things, just awful time. And my dad managed to save us all and get us from Ukraine to Canada. And in 1991, we got on a plane and went to Canada and lived there for a whole bunch of years. But we'll move on from that story later. So yeah, this is something I picked up in Canada. Okay, 1996, another one of those things I picked up in Canada. Don't worry, we're going to go back and forth because there's no like rhyme or reason how these are put into this case. I fell in love with the Mustang as soon as they came out with this brand new design in, I believe, 1995. When they brought the Mustang back they changed it from the Fox body. And I was a huge home improvement fan. You know, Tim Allen, Benford and all that. I watched pop culture and TV like a madman, guys, because, like, again, when you're in USSR, you have 3 channels, and the TV watches you, like, in a way that's not even a joke. But yeah, it was messed up. So I think the last 2 or 3 years before we left from Ukraine, we actually, the whole country started getting cable television. And that's where I got introduced to like RoboCop, Police Academy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all sorts of amazing films from the 80s. You know, so yeah, so when we came to Canada, man, I turned that TV on, and that's what raised me. That's why I'm so nostalgic about all things that have to do with pop culture, because it takes me back to that time of freedom, of like discovery. Guys, when we went to the airport in Canada, when the automatic doors opened, I was like, whoa! Like, to me, that was amazing, dude. Like, holy crap, you guys have no idea what an amazing feeling that is. Oh yeah, don't forget Flight of the Navigator. That had a huge impact on me as well. That movie, I hope that there's something made that I can put on my walls other than a poster of Flight of the Navigator. But anyway, next casting is 1974 Hot Wheels. This is the Hot Wheels Rescue Unit. Check this out, guys. How cool is this thing? This is another one of those cars that I remember vividly getting it. I think this one in particular was given to me by one of my dad's friends. They were visiting from America, and they brought me, I think, 5 or 6 cars. And I remember they gave me this, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is that?" Like, I was blown away by this car. It's like a truck, and they're like, "Yeah, it's like a fire truck." I don't remember. I think this made noise. This used to make noise or something. I don't know why. I feel like it did. Let me know in the comments if you guys know. But yeah, this is one of those castings that I absolutely remember holding it as a kid. Like, I'm holding it right now, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Look how weird the casting doesn't go all the way to the end. That's just strange. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, it says 1974 on the bottom. It's crazy. Alright, next up is Checker Cab. 2003. I don't even know why this is in here. I know my mom loves cabs. Maybe that's why I put that in there. I don't remember how that got in there. Really strange. I probably just put it in there to kind of honor my mom and stuff. Just because she loves police cars and cabs. So, yeah, that's weird. 2000. What is that doing in here? Alright, next up. This is my absolute favorite truck from this collection. It's a Toyota SR5 from that weird company I mentioned earlier. Look at this beauty. Yeah, I wasn't into like pickup trucks or anything. I was just like all of you, you know, like Testarossa, Lamborghini, Diablos, Countach, Corvettes, you know, all sorts of amazing sports cars. But when my dad gave me this, I think this came in like a big set. That's why I have a lot of cars from this particular company. When he went to Amsterdam, he brought me back like I think it was like a 20 or 50 set. And this was in there. So, I don't know. It's a Hickey 100. I don't know. I love the colors. I love this truck. It's like a Baja situation. But yeah, this is pretty much my absolute favorite out of all of these. So, there's a couple more, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Another favorite. After that, I really liked trucks. This is the Kenworth 1981. So this one came out in 1980, I believe. I was born in 1980. So this casting is 42 years old, guys. That's old. I'm freaking old. But yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful truck. I think it's needless to say that none of these are for sale. I don't care if anyone wants these, and I don't care if they have no value. I really don't care. They have priceless value to me. Every single one of these has a memory of my dad, of my childhood, of where I was, of me playing with these, with my friends, with my sisters, with my neighbors. Yeah, this is just awesome. Next up. This is me falling in love with BMW because of this casting. Look at that. This is the M1 BMW. Absolutely fantastic car in real life. It's just beautiful. And so is this. This is kind of a cheapo, very light, not weighty at all. But have delivery on top and on the wing there. Yeah, I actually picked up a Hot Wheels premium version of this. It's in my display case behind me. Very cool casting. I do want to pick up more higher end versions of it, you know, like Mini GT or Tarmac, or there's an endless amount of others. Excuse me. 1979. This is a Matchbox. This one's called Model A Ford. Yeah, made in Macau. Another one of those castings I remember vividly. And as you can tell, it's been played with. It's dusty. It's dirty. Oh, I think the top comes off. It's not coming off with ease, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So yeah, there you go. Matchbox Speed Shop. As a kid, I had no idea what any of those letters said. It just looked foreign and amazing to me. Alright, moving on. Aha, another truck. This is a close second to the other one I showed you earlier. You know, this one. So these two are just really cool castings. I love them. They're freaking awesome, man. Dust Devil has an open hitch back there. Yeah, Really cool. Okay. Oh, the rear hitch, it like closes. It opens and closes. I don't think I knew that. If I did know that, I forgot. That's neat. I'm gonna close that up so it fits. All right. Next up is this little fantasy casting. I've recently, again, I picked up another one of these. I was like, oh, I should have like a version that's cleaner and newer. So I had that for a bit, got rid of it. I was like, that's not why I wanted it. It's not because I love this casting or anything. It's because of the memories that I have with it. And yeah, this is that weird danger radar. What's it say on the bottom? It has a metal base, by the way. Mattel 1988 Malaysia. So yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Yeah, really cool. As a kid, like, I was really into sci-fi. Like I said, like the movies before I told you that I watched, you know, same goes for Star Wars, and I didn't even know that's the name of the movie. Like, when I moved to Canada and America later, yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's Star Wars. I used to watch that in the 80s. So yeah. Alright, next up, Citron 2CV. I have a 1/18 scale of this car. I think it's beautiful. I love it. Very basic looking car. As you can see, it's played with. You can tell what I really liked as a kid. If it's a little beat up, it means it's made its rounds. Alright, we're almost through the first half, guys. So there you go. Beautiful Citron. Alright, next up is a reminder of how much I loved rally. This is the Audi Quattro from the super weird company that I can't remember the name of. So there it is. Very cool livery. It says 88 up on the roof. Audi on the hood, or the bonnet. Really cool looking casting. I'll bet you that would look amazing with a little wheel swap, but none of these cars are really gonna get messed with. They're kind of a time capsule for me. I have done some things to certain cars to fix them up a little bit, which I'll share with you in a moment when I get to them. But yeah, I was into rally. I enjoyed watching rally in Canada when I was in my teens, from 11 to like 15. I fell in love with rally and watched it whenever it would be on TV. Oh, nice. 1994. So I was in Canada for this also. This is a Mustang Concept Car. As you can see, I customized it. I taped it off and did racing stripes right there, and painted the window black, because that was cast metal. It wasn't plastic. So yeah, there's one of your nostalgic customs from the early 90s, when I was a wee lad. Really cool car. Okay. Next up is Hot Wheels 1992, another Canadian collection edition. Dodge Viper. I was in love with the Viper when this thing came out. Oh my god. I actually went to dealerships, guys, when I was a little kid, probably 13, 14 years old. I would go to dealerships and ask them for the car brochures that I liked. I literally went to a Porsche dealership, Dodge, also BMW, and I'm just like, hey guys, can I take some of these brochures? And they would all let me. I mean, I was a kid, you know, why wouldn't you let a kid have it? So yeah, I still have some of those. Maybe one day I'll go over those with you and show you some of my favorite car brochures from the early 90s. There's your Viper, though. Next up is a Peugeot 205 GTI. Peugeot is another one of those companies. It's a French company. GTI 205, there you go. So Peugeot's another one of those car companies that I absolutely love and want to collect more for. So this isn't a Hot Wheels, so I'm actually not sure if Hot Wheels makes too many Peugeots. But I'll find out eventually. I think it's really cool how you can kind of see the interior. Like, it's clear windows. Just looks cozy in there. It looks cozy in there, man. So, there it is. Peugeot. Next up is a VW Golf GTI. Would you look at that roof? Beautiful deco. All right, that is the last car of this side of the jammer or whatever case that they're in. Now, I don't regret doing it, although maybe a little bit. I did get rid of a bunch of my childhood cars when I was in high school, actually, already in America. And there was a bunch of them where I was like, oh, why am I holding on to all this, you know? And I got rid of them, and I've desperately been trying to find, I think it was purple. It was a convertible Corvette color changer car. It was metal, not plastic. And I've always wanted to recoup that into my collection. I don't know why it's been bothering me so hard. But to this day, I haven't been able to find that particular one. I have found many convertible Corvettes that same year and all that, but none of them were color changers, so Nas sad. Okay, we are going to the next side, and quick segue. This is another one of those cars that, fantasy cars that I had and sold. And recently my friend Matt helped me track this one down. I think he found like 2 or 3, and they were all kind of damaged here and there, and then this one came around. This one's not damaged at all. The paint looks good on it. And it's just such a cool casting, and I always regretted getting rid of it. It was something that I just kind of, I don't think I even sold it. I was too young to care about selling them. So that was interesting. But yeah, really happy to have put this back into my collection. It's just one of those things, you know, it just stays on your mind and you're like, I need to have it back. The stamp on the casting says 1986, so there you go. Alright, next up. Oh, this is something I had to fix up recently. This is a Hot Wheels Mustang 1983. Look at that beautiful Mustang. So I've had this for so long, and I'm so old that I had to replace the windshield on this. The old windshield was yellow and cracked and smushed up. It was kind of like dangling already. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick up another convertible and you know, replace the what is happening here? It's hard to center things when they're on a rotating circle. But yeah, I found another Mustang and replaced the windshield because, you know, come on, man, it's fine. So as you can see, I drilled out the post there. It's sticking together, it's fine. So there's your windshield. Not yellow or cracked. Okay. Next up. Okay, I guess I just decided to put this in my childhood collection just because it's like a memory. I used to have this VW Jetta. In fact, I had it still about a month and a half ago. I had to sell my Jetta to get some money back to pay for my dad's funeral. And right now I'm kind of driving my dad's car, my dad's old car, for a little while until I can get back on my feet and get myself something nicer. But yeah, this is a powder coated VW Jetta. I did the taillights and some red paint. It's sitting super high, I know. Not really worried about it. But yeah, just kind of made myself a car of you know, a version of a car that I used to own that I actually enjoyed driving. It's very, very basic car, but it was it served me well. Okay. It's just funny. It's 1990. I had to put this into my memory collection just because I got this recently. Actually, a new friend of mine, Aaron, he has a YouTube channel, Cheap Ass Bricks. Between each word, you put an underscore. So Cheap Ass Bricks. But anyway, he collects Legos and stuff. He also went to my high school in Northeast Philadelphia. But anyway, one day we were just kind of hunting together at a flea market. And he pulled this out and he's like, "Hey, Naz, here you go. You should have this." I was like, "All right." I don't even know what this is. It's a... Yeah, it doesn't even say what kind of car this is. But it's definitely bedazzled. So yeah, I'll always remember that. And yeah, Aaron's a good friend. He's helped me out a ton. All right, next up, a little memory of the Soviet Union. There was a lot of, like, in USSR, man, when I was growing up, they made a lot of tanks and just military vehicles because they wanted their kids to go to the military as soon as they could, you know, because they're an aggressor. So I grew up with a lot of tanks and crap like that. So I threw a lot of them out just because, you know, they're invading my country right now. So I'm not gonna collect Russian garbage. So anyway, even most Russians don't agree with what's happening right now, guys. I'm trying not to make this political or anything, but there's a war in my country, so I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. Next up. Oh, another one of Naztalgic or Little Nazar customs from back in the day. There's a little Porsche that for some reason I thought would look good in this very dumb camo, red and green. So it's like a Christmas camouflage. I don't know what the heck that is. But yeah, this is another one of my weird customs from my childhood. There's not even a name brand on that. It's just whatever. So yeah, there you go. It's a Porsche. So it just says number 304 on this thing. No idea what that is. Just one of those like little plasticky, I don't know what's going on with it. All I know is I've had it since I was a kid. So there you go. This is a Soviet car also. ARTH6MG. I don't know. I guess I ruined it by playing with it as a child. So it's missing like everything from it. There you go. I really loved little motorcycles too back in the day. Don't know what's up with this, why I have it, when I got it, who gave it to me. Not a single mark on it. But there you go. It's a motorcycle. It's all plastic. Okay, next up. Very, very generic, no markings on it car. I guess it's a Lancia? I don't know. I would guess it's a Lancia. Kind of looks like one. Rally edition. Just some weird Soviet copy of one. Oh, whatever. Chrome interior. And weird. Alright, next up is this all metal weird truck. Definitely played with quite a bit. I'm just having some coffee as I talk to you guys. So yeah, I don't know what's the story with this truck, but it's kind of cool, kind of cute. And yeah, it's in my childhood collection. Next up is another made in USSR scale 1/43 runabout Bertone A44. It's like a convertible. Very, very strange casting, but it's from my childhood. It's all plastic, not much to it, but you know, the detail's kind of neat. Got your steering wheel in there. There we go. Alright guys, we're on the home stretch, almost through. And we're gonna go with this Ferrari 308 GTB from MC Toy. There we go. There's a beautiful Ferrari. Doesn't look like I played with it too much. Probably thought it was too cool to play with. You'll notice that with the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 cars. So there's the Ferrari 308. Beautiful casting. This is so weird, guys. I haven't looked through these cars in a very long time. Been kind of, you know, focusing on collecting newer stuff, and I really, you know, don't really go through stuff that's in my bins. That's why I really want to get a case for this so I can look at them. Peugeot 309, guys. Look at this beauty. I love Peugeots. I don't know what it is about Peugeots, but they're just all freaking beautiful. And there's a good example of one of them. Got the lion logo on the hood. Beautiful car. Okay. Next up we have a Maisto. It's a Lamborghini. Now, I never really collected Maisto, but when I was younger or as a kid, you know, I collected whatever. I didn't care about brands or whatever. And I actually don't still. I really don't care anymore about brands, and I tend to collect the castings that I just like, that are detailed, that are beautiful. And that's kind of what I go for these days. Yeah, really cool Lambo, I believe. Oh, this one is not. Interesting. This one's a Maisto, and this one is a ripoff of Maisto. That's funny. I didn't know that. This is the MC Toy one. These cars are identical. They straight up just took the mold and ran with it. They're like, let's just put a bigger logo on the hood. That'll do it. But yeah, look at that. Identical freaking cars. The same freaking mold. Crazy. And yeah, the boot leg actually has more detail on over the boot there. Interesting. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Something I just learned. I thought these were from the same company. And the last car from my childhood collection, guys. Last but not least, Ferrari 250 GTO from MC Toy. There's your top view. There she is. Fantastic car. I remember this one also very, very, very vividly. That's, you know, who didn't like Ferraris as a kid? I mean, what else can I tell you, you know? So there it is. Yeah, guys, that's my childhood collection. Oh. Yeah, check it out. There they are. a little overview. I didn't show this one, this one, because it's a Hot Wheels Datsun 200S6 from 1981. Absolutely love this car. I want to get a version of it that's minty, fresh, and clean. This car is something that I have a story with my friend Mark. He has a YouTube channel, Datsun Man Diecast. He actually has a Datsun 510. I believe he had like 5 of them over the course of his life. But when we first became friends, I was trying to make him a a custom. And when I was buffing it, it got caught in the wheel and it got shot like across the shop, and it got all twisted and warped. I got discouraged and just sent him the beat up one. I was like, hey man, I'm sorry, I can't fix this. I don't have the tools. And he actually fixed it and buffed it up even more, and now he has that custom that me and him kind of, I guess, collaborated on. And he also picked up a new one just like this with all the deco and tempo on there. I was going to send him this one, but I was like, he already has a good one, so why send him all this garbage? So I kept this one for me to kind of have a little memory of that awesome little time I had with the interaction with Mark. So yeah. So I have one from Aaron, and I have one from Mark. Little cars I have stories with. And this is, it says Universal Studios right there on the front fender. Interesting. But I converted a mainline into a premium by putting a metal base on it and premium rubber tires. And when I did this, like literally a month later, Hot Wheels came out with a premium version of this Fast and Furious car. And I was like, So anyway, I was like, you know what, I'll keep it. It's nice. My girlfriend Maggie bought me the regular casting. We both collect Fast and Furious cars. Right there on that bottom case. It's almost filled with nothing but Fast and Furious premium castings. So, anyway, alright guys, that's it for these bad boys. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Alright guys, there you go. There's the, I really enjoyed doing this video, by the way. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Like, there's so many memories that I didn't really talk about because I was kind of still telling you one memory and another one was going into my head, and I just relived like 20 years of memories. And remember, my childhood collection was probably 3 times that. I got rid of them over the years, you know, when I was a teenager, when I was more into girls or collecting other things. You know, Hot Wheels took a back seat. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. But yeah, at some point, you know, you start going nostalgic and start collecting again. Like there's my 2 cases that I'm very proud of today, and I still have a bunch of stuff there. Those aren't all Hot Wheels, believe me. I recently sold a whole lot of Hot Wheels actually, and I'm happy about that. Quality over quantity. And almost all my castings in there have stories and memories, just like what I just showed you. So, but anyway, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, going down my memory lane and remembering certain things about Ukraine and the USSR and all sorts of stuff like that. And speaking of USSR, let me give you a little sneak preview of a future video that I'll make. Let's see. Let me pick something nice out. Let's go with this guy. This is kind of why I like, what do you call it? Datsun 510s, because USSR copied a lot of cars, like Datsuns, like Fiats, all sorts of stuff like that. And this is one of those cars. As you can see right here. What do we got? It's Vaz 2105, 1/43rd scale, made in USSR, of course. My dad had this car in real life. We drove around in that. It was fun, man. And this is one of those cars that one day when I make this video, I will take all of them and put them on that rotisserie for you. And we'll look through them all. So yeah, there you go. Preview! But for now, my name's Naz. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. This was fun. And also, this was Nostalgic Toy Stories. I forgot the name of this series. Because I'm old. Look, I'm bald and bearded and gray-haired. You know, time marches on. Alright, let's not get depressed. Thank you guys for watching. Live long and prosper. And remember, don't be assholes. Peace.